make your first and last name system. This is going to be a really quick system that we made together, and it's really optimizable. So you can like add more things to the table if you want to change it and etc. If you want to download the game, you can download it in our Discord. If you can, we'll put a Discord link below. You can download the Roblox place. You can get everything inside of here, so all the scripts. And what we want you guys to get out of this, we want you guys to learn something new from this. So yeah, let's get right into it. So but what we're going to do first, we're going to make our screen GUI, and then we're going to get a text label, and we're going to name it name. And for the text label, what you want to do here, you want to make it want to turn it visible to on. Let me just, well, okay, do you want turn visible to on? Make it like transparent 1 so you can't see it. Making sure it is transparent and turn the visible to on, right? And then what we want to do is we want to keep it like this, right? And what we have here, we have a scale text, so that means every time there's something is typed into here, that means it's gonna bold up. That's how we showed in the preview, right? That's basically how we make our simple GUI. So whatever you want to do, you can do it however you want to. You can make it you can change the transparency to, you can change the transparency if you want to. So let me see, background transparency, you can change it back to 0, and then you'll be fine. But I just put it to 1 because I don't want to see it here, and I can fix it all in the script, right? So that's what I'm doing here. So let's get right into it, right? So first we're gonna make we're gonna get our server data store, and we're gonna name our data store. We're gonna name it saves. We're gonna call it save1. And now we're gonna make a table, and we're gonna have all these names inside of it. So we're gonna have a bunch of these names, like all these names, last names, just combined together, right? So basically, you can make a table, and you can just put as many names as you want. This can be as long as you want. You can also have like a last name table if you want to have like certain last names. But if you guys want that, you can hit me up, and we'll be able to help you. But yeah, we're gonna have a table with all the first names and last name that we're gonna be using. Now we're gonna do now we're gonna do game.players added. We're gonna connect the function. We're gonna play through the parameters. We're gonna make our stat folder. We're gonna make our instance.new and make it a folder, and we're gonna parent it to the player. We're gonna change the name to stat so we can locate it. Now we're gonna make our first name, and we're gonna make it a string value, and we're gonna parent it to our stats folder. So we're saving everything inside the stats folder, and we're gonna change it to first name, and we're gonna do the same thing here, but we're just gonna change the name to last name. Now we're gonna start with our data store so we can start saving the first and last names. So we're gonna do local success, so we can tell us if the data store is saved, and data. So basically the first and last name, what it's gonna be, like what's the value of their data. Then we're gonna do pcall function, and now we're gonna return saves, so our data store, get async, player.user ID. We want to save the player's user ID because we want to make sure that we're able to save their ID, because we know if we save it to their name, and if they change their name or something, then they can come back in a game and like all their data will be gone, or if we ban them, they can be unbanned by just changing their name. So we don't want that. We want to keep it like permanent. So that's why we use user ID. Now we do if success, so if the data store is successful, and if data, so it's able to get the first and last name. Then we're gonna make what is it? First name.value equal to data.firstname. So this might be a little bit confusing, right? We're gonna make it equal to the data, so whatever we're saving dot first name. And now we're going to save last name dot value equal to data dot last name. So basically the data is going to be like what we're saving and to whatever this is. So let's say our last name is like Frank. It's going to be like, it's going to say Frank. That's basically all we're saying. We're just going to say Frank. We're going to say like Charles. We're going to save stuff like that. And now else, if first name dot value is like, let's say like it's they can't find the data, right? But the data store passes successfully. Then we're gonna randomize the value, right? Now this is where if somebody's new to the game, they're gonna get their name, right? So now we're gonna do first name dot value equals names. Now we're gonna do math.random. We're gonna do 1 and the number of names that are inside of the table. So basically we can't indicate how many that's inside the table unless we want to debug it, so we can just print out like how many is in the table. But basically names is gonna be equal to the number of items that are in the table. So the index, you could say, and then we're gonna do that here as well. So now it's gonna pick a random number throughout this table, and that's gonna be their first name and last name. And else, if successful doesn't even pass, we're just gonna kick the player and say that their data was it failed to load their data. And now what we're gonna do here, we're gonna do player wait for child, player GUI, wait for child name. So all we're doing, we're just locating our starter GUI. And remember, we always do the player GUI, not just like script out parent, all that other stuff, right? Because we want to get it from the player's perspective, not the whole game's. Then we're gonna do player GY wait for child name again, dot text. Let me see here, and then we're gonna do equals first name dot value. So now we're gonna concatenate it, right? So now we're gonna do first name dot value dot dot. It's gonna have our little space right here, dot dot, last name dot value. So it's gonna be our first name, a little bit of space, and then it's gonna be our last name here. And now ending the script here, we're basically gonna do local function. So this is gonna be our local function that's gonna help us save the data when they leave the game. So now we're gonna have our parameter. We're gonna have play through the parameters. So that's what we want to fire. So now we want to do local data. And then we're gonna make a table where we keep our two values, so our first and last name. And now we're gonna set the async. So now we're setting, because now we have it now. Now we just want to set the async so everything's in order. So we're gonna set it by the player user ID and the data being the first and last name. So that's the whole table right here. And then we're gonna do game.players removing. We're gonna connect the function, and we're gonna fire save data. And since we already fired, since our player is like already a thing here for us, it's gonna fire for us because this is our default parameter for us. Is gonna fire player here for us, so we already have this down. So we don't have to like open up the parentheses and put player inside. Player will default already be inside for us. And now we're gonna do game bind a close function. We're gonna do for IV in pairs. We're gonna loop through the players. Then we're just gonna fire the function, and we're just gonna put v through the parameters so we can get the player. And then that's basically how you make your first and last name system. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like below, comment, subscribe. I make these videos for you guys. I hope you guys learned something new from this video. And check out the ignorance video that's gonna come out 2 days after this video. And have a great day.